And a cherry.
And
keep the stem on?
Yep.
Okay. I don't have a muddler. Should I get one?
You muddle pretty well, I've got to tell you.
Oh. Why'd you leave
Now,
the stem in?
Let's put a little ice in there because you see, we're gonna strain it.
Why do you do it that way? All right.
You don't wait for your alcohol, I can see.
No, I do not.
Okay. About an ounce and a half or so.
Is that to the top of this thing?
Yep.
Okay. Mud.
Now you don't want to bruise it, Meredith. You just want to stir it.
Bruise what?
Elegantly.
Okay, whatever. Well, I'm going to go home and make this now for him.
And see what he says.
Yeah, and then I'm going to ask him to enter the butt funnel, right?
Oh.
Yes.
Then you'll have a great night.
Well, well, well. Here we are again. What's crack-a-lackin'? It's the Disasterologist, and this time around we're going to be dealing with some more Ton Jaffer bullshit. Now, if you all recall, last time we dealt with bar rescue shenanigans, there was the whole spiel about Manhattans, and sweet vermouth, and then dry vermouth, and then the blah, 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 blah. You get the point. Anyways, we're back to Manhattans again, but also, you know what? I'm not gonna say anything yet. Y'all will see very shortly, as I go on probably a bunch of tangents and rambling and all that. Thanks to my fellow co-hosts here, they pointed at something rather interesting out, actually. And you know what? We'll take a looky-loo at this. This is from the... Fuck, what was her name again? The Meredith, I don't fucking know. Okay, I think I got it. So, Ton Jaffer, he was on the Meredith Vieira show, and they talked some bar rescue stuff for probably the good first 2/3 of the clip, I want to say, on YouTube. But we don't care about that stuff. Oh, no. What we really care about is the last, I want to say, third of the YouTube clip, and that is the Perfect Manhattan section. So Perfect Manhattan, perfect, is mentioned in the description as well as the title for the clip, and not once was perfect ever mentioned. In fact, you know what? Dry vermouth wasn't even mentioned. Sweet vermouth? Gone. No, barely makes a presence at all.
Okay.
Now.
Here he is hounding people, staff, whatever the fuck, at these bars that need rescuing. Hounding them on a classic cocktail, or one of the simplest drinks in America.
Well, a Manhattan is a real classic cocktail.
Yeah.
I want you to watch. Your bartender's making one of the simplest drinks in America. Let's see how well they do.
And here he is, he can't even fucking make a goddamn Manhattan. And Meredith doesn't seem to be any better either.
Some people, including my husband, say sometimes I put a little bit too much whiskey in the Manhattan.
Some people will make the same drink and put 1 or 2 drops of vermouth in it.
I do half and half.
You do half, and no wonder why your husband doesn't like
really?
Manhattan.
Oh, and because I am now very fucking pissed at this, y'all's gonna have to deal with my ranting just for a few minutes longer, because I'm going to tear this shit apart. I'm looking at the recipe. Looks fine. 2 ounces of rye whiskey, but then 1 part of sweet vermouth. And I get that parts and ounces, you can use them. They're basically the same unit. They're the same thing. But why the fuck wouldn't you have just said 1 ounce to keep things a little bit consistent? Or 2, you could just say 2 parts of a rye whiskey? I'm nitpicking at this point. I'm reaching, but you know what? That's fine. Okay, and then we got maraschino cherries. Sure. Yes, that's fine. And then you have orange peel zest. Orange peel zest. The recipe also calls for Angostura bitters, which is correct, but then zooming in on the bottle, the label says aromatic bitters. Now, the bottle, it looks close enough to Angostura bitters. Like, this is my bottle for reference. And yeah, the label's completely gone. I don't know what happened, but I didn't rip it off. Anyway, my point is, yeah, I think I'm going to interrupt you there past me because what you were about to say was a little bit incorrect. So the initial point that I was going to make there was that John and Meredith weren't using the correct bitters because instead of the Angostura aromatic bitters label on their bottle, they just had a general aromatic bitters label on their bottle, which seemed different from the on-screen recipe that they showed, which led me to think that maybe they weren't using the exact bitters that were used, that are usually found in Manhattans or Old Fashions or whatnot. But little did I know at the time of filming, that I wish I knew before, was that Angostura, as far as I'm concerned, is essentially just a name brand. So they don't make just the aromatic bitters that you see in a Manhattan or an Old Fashioned. They also have other bitters as well. They have a website. I checked it just to be sure. It took me a little bit to figure this out, but I figured it out. So I stand corrected as of right now. Oops. Anyway, back to the point. Now, I am by no means defending Meredith because she apparently doesn't know how to make a Manhattan either. But it's really bad when even she saw that something was very off.
That's not very much.
Now you don't want...
No, I don't drink this. My husband does. But where's
Take a
the...
little sniff.
Oh, jeez.
Any bitters?
Yes, I do.
Now,
don't you put vermouth?
some people will make the same drink and put 1 or 2 drops of vermouth in it.
I do half and half.
You do half and... No wonder why your husband doesn't like it.
Really? Oh.
The most you would put in is a couple of drops. We make it this way without the vermouth, and this is a classic way of making it,
well,
too.
You just made a fucking Old Fashioned! That's not a Manhattan! Not even close! That's not a fucking Manhattan! That is an Old Fashioned! Oh yeah, and I searched up classic Manhattan as well. And you know what I'm getting? 2 parts of whiskey and 1 part of sweet vermouth. Look! It even says it right here too! I literally got this with my old mixology set from fucking Amazon, for Christ's sake! Oh, here, while we're at it, let's look at the fucking Old Fashioned, yeah? Here we go. Look at this. It's right here. Oh yeah, I even have a specific Old Fashioned that he made, and it's called a mashed Old Fashioned. Literally called a mashed Old Fashioned. It's right fucking there. Oh, fucking hell. And mark my fucking words when I say that I have tried, and I am still trying, to find a classic Manhattan without the vermouth. I literally can't. It's harder than even trying to find the perfect Manhattan recipe. At least with the perfect Manhattan, I could see that they put dry vermouth in, as disgusting as it fucking was. But this, I can't find a Manhattan that doesn't have sweet vermouth. It's literally fucking impossible as of right now. I'd definitely love to be proven wrong, though. Oh, bloody fucking hell. I'm sorry, that was an unhinged first couple of minutes. Not off to a great start there, but back to the point. Let's make a mash Old Fashioned. We're building this in the glass. And no, I'm not using the martini looking ass glass, okay? This is an Old Fashioned, not a Manhattan, okay? So we're getting what is called a rocks glass. I mean, I don't know. I just bought these. I forget where I bought them. I really don't know. But that's besides the point. Get the fake ass maraschino cherry. Get the piece of orange. It's a snack for later. It's fine. Get the cube of sugar ready. Get the 2 dashes of bitters. I'm using Angostura. Now, the only disagreement that I have with this recipe is that it calls for a dash of club soda. First of all, I find that really weird. And second of all, it's just going to lose its carbonation if you're just going to be muddling around in here. At that point, you might as well just add a dash of water. Which I guess really isn't half bad of an idea anyhow. It'd probably help muddle this down. In fact, you know what? Let's go do that! Calcified city water. Yum. So technically we're not skipping the club soda step. We're just not using club soda because it's going to lose its carbonation. Maybe not completely, but it will lose some of its carbonation. So at this point, you might as well just do water. I'm sure it'll be fine. So we're just going to start muddling this. This little piece is bugging me. There we go. Okay, now this is calling for 1 ounce of bourbon. I feel like that's going to make this a little too sweet. So you know what? That was almost a struggle there. We're going to do... Let's start with 2 ounces. Is there enough for 2 ounces? There's a reason why I'm looking. That will be for another time, though. Okay, so we're at 1.5 ounces. Will this work? Let's see. How much will I have left in here if I do 2 ounces? Yeah, that's fine. Listen, this is very important. I need to make sure there's at least a teeny little bit left in here. I think this is self-explanatory, no? Now it says to garnish with a cherry. We can do that. But we can also do this orange peel. Ooh. I guess while we're at it, we can also grab a maraschino cherry. We'll just use this end because it didn't actually touch anything, so maybe a little bit more of a... Okay, well, clearly I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, there we go. I totally didn't spill a drop of this fake-ass maraschino heavy syrup in here at all. At least I don't think I did. I don't think it'd make a difference. At least not that much. There's 2 ounces of bourbon in here. It's fine. And here we have it. We have our nice little mashed old fashioned. If I haven't A, scared you off with my unhinged shenanigans, B, bored you to death with how long said unhinged shenanigans went on for, and you made it to this point of the video, congratulations! You just learned how to make a mash old fashioned and also hear some silly shenanigans about a Manhattan some more. Yeah. Anyways, cheers, y'all!